health perspective, how does that impact us?
Well, the health impact assessment that I said, our doctor group says that's the only thing we want, the health impact assessment. That's what you need. So I can give you general data about disease rates and all that, but how it's actually affecting you, that's what the health impact assessment will tell you. So what I strongly, strongly encourage you to do is to tell the Department of Ecology that health impact assessment has to address your population. They have to specifically say, what is the impact going to be? And that's about a $200,000 question. Now they have $8 million in the CIS process. They can certainly spend $200,000 figuring out what the health impacts on money is going to be. And you can calculate it out. And I haven't done that. But if you know how far away it is, if you know what the exposures are, you can figure out what those numbers are. And they can and they should be required to do that. And I can help you. But you need to tell ecology that they are obligated to do that, because they are. And it's not fair for the community of Bellingham to lean on you guys to put your treaty rights at risk to challenge this. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
And I think it's not fair too. I think it's inappropriate. I mean, some people choose to do that. There are tribes in Canada that are choosing to put their own personal bodies on the line to do some things. And you can't ask people to do that. They have to want to do that.
That's on your impact assessment, we went down to Yakima, Umatilla, and this one older lady got up and addressed her dealings and her tribe, the impacts that are happening today, and how long the coal train's been going through their reservations. The cumulative effect is affecting the women bearing the children. Deformities, not being able to carry full term, and you have to look at that community and what affects is Hanford and all this Superfund money, and where is that going, and compound that with more coal dust, and like my brother here and I were saying, it's time to heal. It's time for all of us to have a vested stake in this, in the community, to get up and say, when is it going to heal? When are you going to start to heal? You come and took the timber, you come and took the gravel, you come and took all the topsoil, and the list goes on and on for resources, the natural resources that are not written in the treaty. Those were supposed to be reserved for us at a future date. And what resources next for you to carry out? I know you have the constituents to put that in black and white, like those big black bold letters of HIA there, and say, this is what it's doing to these communities.
That's well said. There's several issues you raised. One is that working with this lawyer on the editorial that was requested by the Fish Commission folks, the Northwest Fish Commissioners, her opinion is that if you didn't specifically give something to somebody, it's reserved in contract law. And in fact, tribes have a lot of reserved rights that they haven't been exercised. That it's only the specific things that you give away. Everything else is reserved. Any contract any corporation signs is going to work that way. And there's no reason that treaty shouldn't work that way, because I think you're exactly right about that. And she's a legal scholar specifically about that issue. So I think there's a real issue there. My interpretation of that, I think tribes are entitled to all the fishing in the river at the time they sign their treaty, not just 50% of what's there now. It's a big deal. And in terms of health impacts, Juanita heard me say this, and I usually don't say it, but there are already substantial health impacts. 17% of Native American women in the United States have elevated mercury levels in their body. And mercury is not like other things. It's not like lead. You can feel lead out. Mercury, once it's there, it's there. That's 1 in 5 at a level that will interfere with their offspring substantially. And that's it. And I worry about that. I worry about it a lot. And the only way you can fix it is to go upstream and prevent it from happening in the future. Because once it's happened, you can't unring the bell. There's not a way to take it out. So I think we have to. And it's not just Native women. It happens everywhere. Every pregnant woman that is around this stuff can be impacted. Every child their engagement. So it's a big deal. And I mean, you start to express some anger. I'm angry too. I mean, I think it's the right attitude, unfortunately. And respect a lot. One of the thing I respect the most about Billy Frank, and the thing that never gets said enough, is that he got arrested 50 times and never broke the law once. States and counties, they do it all the time. I live on the bay in Bellingham. My neighbor will call the sheriff when people come down and clam there, because he didn't want to, and he didn't even own the state property. It's the end of the street, it's a public right of way. But he calls the sheriff will arrest me. He'll tell him why. I mean, what counties and cities and states do often is at variance with what the law actually says. I mean, Billy Franklin got arrested 50 times and didn't break the law. That is something that goes unappreciated, even by native people. Well, Frank, it wasn't like he was breaking the law. He was doing what was within the law.
Frank, I want to say, you know, when we get angry and upset over that, then we're accused of being too emotional. So that's what they use against us. Now our own people use it against us. You're just getting too emotional. We can't have that. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with being emotional about life and death matters in our inherent rights, which I know Sharon will be very quiet, but she really has a good story to tell about inherent rights. Does the people here want to hear it? I don't think so. They might get too emotional. So I say, get emotional, you guys.
Yeah. But it is true, but I think Jay brought up a really important point, is unfortunately, if you challenge things, you can put other people's rights at risk if you lose. Yeah. So if you're going to challenge things, you better be right, and you better have the resources to take it to the end. Or you can actually cause more problems than you solve. I really appreciate that. And I don't think, I'm fighting this, I'm here today because I was invited. I haven't been inviting you folks to go do any work for me, and we shouldn't. Now people do. Everybody in town says, the loan should. But it's not, it is your battle, but it's my battle too. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I did this presentation with the only non-Lummi member in class. Derailments. That was a big one for me. I tackled that right away, and my mind went, all right, are they doing like derailments to chicken pox blankets? I mean, I started really, because, boy, they were smart way back in the day, and they're getting smarter. And I started thinking about the derailments on the way to the terminal. And but I'm really going from one class to another, finals, and managing my core class, but also, being a part of something that's affecting not only here, but it's a global thing. I read in an article on the native web, it's where, you're not alone. You're not alone in this battle. Because, I'm like, non-Lummi member. You're not alone. There's environmental that opposes, and I noticed that you went into the avenues of getting more research, but that would really kind of trigger my mind, was like these derailments. And I started thinking, oh my God, like chickenpox, because, and they're like 500,000 tons, and how many, numbers. I started giving numbers right away because I'll get your attention. And
so in the oil trains, there's 1 million gallons of oil in 37 cars. And the Whatcom County approved the oil siting here as a determination of mitigating non-significance, which means they don't need an EIS. Even though the cars that are carrying it are known to be unsafe. Even though they carry 37 cars, 1 million gallons, and they derail virtually every week. That Whatcom County did that to me is I just don't know. It's just, somebody needs to talk to people there.
The county council voted on it?
The county council didn't vote on it. It's an executive decision of the planning department official and the executive approved.
Tyler Schroeder and,
Yeah,
yeah.
how'd you guess? Yeah, so that's a real and substantial issue, a different one than we're talking about today, but certainly one. Sir?
Well, you know, if you look at case law, US v. Washington was trying to protect 50%, but in reality, it was trying to protect 100%. You know, we run into this all the time and cross that imaginary line with a relative. You know, their interpretation of US v. Washington is that we sold out 50% of our inherent right, which we only won back 50%. Few of us that were at their Friends Services remember the speaker talking about that pre-US v. Washington, we caught 2% of the harvest, which is twice as much as what we harvest now at 50%. So you're correct in your analogy that the treaty rights was even more abundant at signing time than that. So, but you look at it, it's US v. Washington, Rafiti decision, then we went into the Culverts case, and, you know, so to get the state and the federal government to do anything